Hello, audience. My name is Dawson. His name is Justin.
Hello.
And welcome back to another movie review. Today's movie review is the continuation of our Spider-Man watching series marathon. Today we watched Spider-Man 3, which stars Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, Kristen Dunst as Mary Jane, James Franco as the new Goblin, Thomas, his last name is Church, I think it is, Thomas Church as Sandman, and Topher Grace as Venom, with people like Bryce Dallas Howard stepping in as Gwen Stacy. The movie is a strange black entity from another world bonds with Peter Parker and causes inner turmoil as he contends with new villains, temptations, and revenge. Okay, so I'll start off with this. As we all know, when it comes to the Sam Raimi trilogy, the first two are regarded as two of the best comic book movies to grace the silver screen. But when it comes to the third installment in the Raimi trilogy, it's regarded as one of the worst hero movies. So, with that said, Justin, what do you think?
I actually thought it wasn't too terrible. I wouldn't say it's one of the worst when there's a lot worse films out there. But like, of course, the notable scene of the movie is the Venom dance. But, I mean, take that out, and the movie, not as great as the first two, but still an alright movie. I think it's basically because of those like few parts where he's just an utter edgelord. They were like, yeah, fuck this movie. It's like, but I think like subtract those couple scenes, which I think is not like the best way to review a movie. But if you just like take those few scenes out of or take them out for a minute and think about the rest of the movie, I think it's an okay movie.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, but reviewing the movie as a whole, those scenes are still in it, and that does knock it down a few notches.
Yeah, they decided that those few scenes needed to be in this movie. Which
they made a call, and it was a bad one.
Yeah.
The CGI has improved because it was 4 years, but of course it's still not up to today's standards. But again, this is like 2007. So, it's not the biggest criticism to this movie, just like the other ones.
Sure.
And in this movie, we got Eddie Brock, and of course that's Topher Grace, and he is not what anybody would want, basically.
No.
Like, he works as a rival for Peter Parker, but not a great one.
No.
Because he's literally just Peter Parker clone, basically. He's like, yeah, I'm a photographer too. I have a hot girlfriend too. I am basically you, but blonde with spiky hair.
Yeah.
So he wasn't great. They definitely should have chosen somebody more intimidating, especially when it came to him as Venom.
Yeah, because, I mean, Eddie Brock is supposed to be, through and through a rival.
Yeah.
An actual rival. But in this movie, though Peter Parker is supposed to be, especially like you see him in, the first movie, he's this high school kid that's beat up.
Mm-hmm.
He's bullied. No one really likes him. No one really believes in him. Second movie, he's out of high school. He's doing his own thing. The world's still pushing him down, still treating him like crap.
Mm-hmm.
But in this movie, he makes Eddie Brock look like a bitch.
Yeah.
Because, when Eddie Brock's supposed to be more... Eddie Brock is supposed to be more Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
And not...
Topher Grace.
Yeah, not Topher Grace.
But when it came to... Well, I guess going too far to talk about them right now, but yeah, Sandman, which Sandman looked pretty cool. His whole coming up from the sand the first time looked really cool for what it was. Sure, nowadays it could look better, but
yeah.
From what it is, from what year it came from, it still looked pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a cool scene seeing him grow out of the ground. As you said, it was like that's like just one of those shots that people would just like regard as one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
And I can definitely see
The Birth
it.
of Sandman.
Yeah. But Sandman as a character is okay. Not
the guy who
best.
played him, I think, really embodies the look of Sandman.
Yeah.
His acting was dry.
Yeah.
Was dry
Dry
and stiff.
because sand.
Dry and stiff.
Yeah.
There are some scenes when he delivered it, you could tell that Tobey Maguire was just like, I have to like match his dryness
Yeah.
with delivery because I don't want him to look out of place. So though I like him as Sandman, the look of him when it came to delivering lines and kind of interacting with other characters in the movie, he felt out of place.
Yeah, a little bit. And like in the first movie, we had Green Goblin. Second movie, it was Doc Ock. So those two weren't really like the monster type villain, but Sandman, at least in this movie, was more of the monster type where he got big and bad and it's all made of sand. So it was a different kind of pace because the first two were like mechanical-esque.
Who is the main villain in this movie?
I mean, I think it would be both Sandman and Venom. But I guess Venom would be the number one because he's on the cover.
Sure.
It definitely isn't Harry.
The New Goblin. That's
Yeah.
what they call him, New Goblin.
It definitely isn't him because he is not a villain in the end.
No.
He's just more of, I'm angry at you, so I'm going to try to kill you.
Yeah.
I guess that could be a villain thing, but he definitely starts out as a villain, but he's not the main.
No.
But I would say the main villain is Venom.
I think the only reason Venom would be the villain is because it turned Spider-Man into the villain.
Yeah,
a
that's
little bit.
true.
So Venom isn't it the most, but it comes down to the whole thing of when it comes to shared screen time between actual Venom, Eddie Brock Venom, and Sandman had more screen time.
That's true. Because Eddie Brock Venom wasn't really around until like the end of the movie.
Yeah. But anyway, continue. But the Venom symbiote has been around since almost the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Well, around this, I think actually Sandman was created before, because I think he was created and then this scene where it crashed.
I can't quite remember.
I honestly don't remember. We literally just finished it too.
Yeah, but I mean that was like 2 hours ago. Was the beginning of the movie, so.
This movie's actually really short. I thought it actually felt a lot longer. It's an hour and 39 minutes.
Huh.
It's not that long.
Yeah, that's true. But continuing on, Sandman was cool. I didn't think that having Harry as a bad guy of this movie was too terrible. I thought he did alright. I thought his suit, though it wasn't really a Green Goblin suit, was okay.
I don't like it.
I mean, it's like, if you look at it from perspective of him supposed to be like Green Goblin, yeah, it's not right. But as just him, as just like, this is my suit, then it's not bad.
I don't know why they gave him a snowboard.
Yeah, when the glider's right there.
Yeah, it's a cooler glider.
Yeah. But I guess just to try to make him a bit different.
Yeah, through and through, besides the pumpkin bombs, he's completely different.
Yeah. He was okay. Trying to move through the movie in my head. Like, the only thing I think of is that fucking dance scene. But that's not really here nor there at the moment. Venom, just the Venom symbiote by itself looked cool. I think it looked really cool. It was made well in CGI. It did its thing of being a bit creepy, which is kind of Venom's point. Is like he's the creepy guy. He's supposed to scare you. Which for a PG-13 movie, they tried their hardest to be scary. But I'm sure the Venom movie itself, since it's rated R, will be a lot more terrifying. God, just trying to move in my head.
Here, let me talk then.
You go for it.
Let me talk then. Maybe I'll jog your memory. And we can talk about a few things. So I'm kind of in agreement with you when it comes down to it's not as bad as I remember. It's not as bad as people say it is.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's the worst out of the three.
Yeah.
Without a fucking doubt, it's the worst out of the three.
But the worst out of like two great movies is not necessarily a bad thing.
When it comes down to it, the later movies sometimes are the worst.
Yeah, that's true. Because at that point, they're just trying to go for money and not really for story.
Yeah, but I mean, when it comes to the MCU, they kind of get
better.
Some of them get better.
Time.
Some of them get better.
Yeah.
Captain America gets better.
Yeah.
With each movie, it got better, without a doubt. But when I see pictures online of Spider-Man, when I see like there's a lot of pictures that are used, whether it's in like collages or compilations, whether it's in certain videos or whatever it might be, fan-made design, whatever it is. A lot of them are from the third movie. A lot of them. I recognized, over a dozen iconic scenes or iconic pictures, whether it just be for actual memes or just for actual like really good moments in Spider-Man, are from this movie. Now the dance number, of course, it's just really bad.
Yeah.
Seeing Tobey Maguire dance is just really bad. Seeing him pull down his hair when he puts on the suit to like tell us, oh, he has the suit on. It's just a really bad idea.
Like, they could just give him black clothing and that'd be significant enough.
Yeah.
You didn't have to give him the edgelord bangs.
Emma Watson. I don't know why I said that. Mary Jane, played by Kristen Bell.
Kirsten Dunst.
Kristen Dunst. Who the hell's Kristen Bell?
Somebody else.
Kristen Bell. Who is that?
I can't tell you.
Kristen Bell. Oh no. Who's Kristen Bell?
Anyways.
No, now I'm stuck on somebody. Oh, Kristen Bell is she's Anna in Frozen.
Oh, okay.
She's that girl.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. Mary Jane, no, there's still a damsel in distress. Can't really fight for her own stuff. She tried to throw a brick, it broke.
I mean, it was meant as a distraction, and that was what it was.
So again, she is a good Mary Jane, but the damsel in distress thing, always being stuck on a web, always being kidnapped and stuff. It is what it is. Having Gwen Stacy in this movie, honestly, in it a lot more than I thought she was, or remembered that she was.
Going into it, I did not know she was in it, and then she got a decent amount of screen time for being in it.
Because from my memory, the only scene that I can remember her actually in was the building scene. When she gets saved by Spider-Man. Having the Spider-Man festival thing, him getting the key to the city was cool. Seeing him swing in and get the kiss from Gwen Stacy and kind of like please the fans. It was still a cool scene. Sandman, the birth of Sandman, like Justin said, it is a cool scene. Though, like I said, kind of a stale actor, kind of a stale performance. I remember being a lot more invested in his character as a kid, like actually feeling for him and his daughter. I felt like his daughter was in it a lot more as a kid. I don't know why I felt like there was a lot more with his daughter, like a lot more like scenes of him talking to her. But we only got to see her once, basically, besides seeing her in the locket a number of times. Topher Grace as Venom. Justin said it, and I'll say it again. The symbiote is cool when it's the symbiote.
Yeah.
When it's attached to Peter Parker, the black suit is cool. But when it goes and attaches to Topher Grace, he completely ruins it. It's not his fault. He just wasn't casted right.
Yeah, like when he was talking when he had the Venom suit on,
they didn't change his voice.
Yeah,
they gave it like a little bit of like almost an echo.
But it was not menacing at all. But the mouth was like jagged teeth and supposed to be creepy as shit. But it's like, yeah, I'm Topher Grace. This is my normal speaking voice.
Now, I will say, before I continue on with everything I don't like about this Venom, is as a kid, when I first saw this movie in theaters, I had nightmares for months because of Venom. He terrified me. My mom's ex-husband had to sleep on the floor with me because I was so afraid to go to sleep at night because I was scared that Venom was going to come and hurt me. So as a kid, he did terrify me. And I'm telling you, like for like I saw like 2 months, I was terrified of Venom. I just did not like him at all. So I mean, it worked with just the look. I think it's just the face mostly with the teeth and stuff.
Yeah, that's like the rest of him. He is basically the same build
He's
as
a scrawny guy.
He's the same build as Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really work at that aspect because isn't Venom usually like bigger and like bulkier? Yeah. But when it comes to the face was fine.
The face was okay.
Yeah.
But continuing, Topher Grace just miscasted. Topher Grace played who he plays.
Yeah.
When you watch That 70s Show, that's Topher Grace.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he didn't really change much. And him as Eddie Brock, it was just a bad miscasting, and it sucks for an iconic Spider-Man villain like Venom, for his first and only appearance so far live action to just be bad, really bad. He's really scrawny. He like we said, not a menacing voice. Too often did you see him, take off the menacing face,
Yeah.
and show his regular face, and he had like sharp teeth. And you're just like, I like being bad. I like being bad. I really like this. Oh my God, Spider-Man, I'm here to take you. Oh, I got your girlfriend. Here I am. It's just like, dude, you're not
scary.
You're not scary. You're not menacing. You're not doing anything for me. I'm sitting here waiting for you just to. Cause I obviously I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for it to happen. Another thing that I feel like I remember that I don't know if there's actually an extra credit scene in this movie, but I think there is, or at least there's a scene that the Venom suit's alive. A symbiote did, because there's like a scene where the symbiote is crawling away.
So was that aiming for something more, or was it really just
Sinister Six movie?
Okay.
Which I was going to talk about later, but I'll talk about now while it's still fresh in my head. They're going to do a Sinister Six movie after this one, the 4th installment.
Yeah.
But yet, both Green Goblins and Doc Ock are dead. So
Yeah.
who are they planning for? Venom,
Mysterio?
Sandman, Scorpion, Electro,
Lizard?
I mean, Kirk Connors has been in it since the very beginning.
Uh-huh.
Or second one? Was he in the first one? I know he's in the second two.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember if
Or
he's
the
in
last
or not.
But like, I mean, Shocker,
Scorpion?
Chameleon,
There's a chameleon. There's a lizard and a chameleon.
Chameleon is the dude that has like the metal face almost. Like the
Mm.
white suit, metal face looking.
I might remember.
I mean, there's like, what's his name? Kraven the Hunter. There's a ton of characters they could have used, but like two really good ones, the original Green Goblin and Doc Ock, are both dead.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what they could have done. We saw Doc Ock die. It's believed that he is dead, but is he actually dead? I don't know. But it'd kind of be like he kind of redeemed himself at the end.
Yeah. And same with Sandman. Sandman was he's not good in the end, but he at least was remorseful.
This is what I didn't like about that though. He said, I didn't really want to do this. I didn't want this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, just a few scenes before, he's flipping cars with people in it.
Yeah.
He's just like slamming against buildings. So I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I felt like the whole thing, I forgive you, and he fades away. Though a good scene, just a few scenes before, he was killing people.
That is true.
And seriously injuring them.
That is very true.
So was he really that? I'm sure I'm sure it still haunts him.
Or was it like to save face and not die?
Sure, I don't really know what it is. I don't know what they're going with there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only way they could stop him is literally just put him in a tank of water.
Yeah.
And hold him. Or kill him and just burn him alive so he turns to glass. That's the only way they could actually hold him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we saw water and fireworks against him.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, Spider-Man 3 is not terrible. It's not good, but it's not terrible.
It is okay.
It's just, it was the end to the trilogy.
Yeah.
It was just, that's it.
Some trilogies end on high notes, some not quite.
Some are just disappointing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in the end, you follow Peter Parker trying to get Mary Jane. In the end, they ended up together.
Yeah.
So from start to finish, when they're telling this kind of love story, which for some fans...
They definitely were going to have them actually get married in the fourth one.
Yeah.
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 Because, he has his ring, but no proposal. So...
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff they could have done in the fourth one, and it went into they wrote a lot of it, and they were 2 weeks away from principal photography, and then Tom McGuire got the call and said, "Hey, it was canceled." And he was just like, "Oh fuck, okay." They're 2 weeks away.
That sucks.
But so I think we said what we need to say. So.
On to ratings and recommendations?
Yeah.
How about you go first?
So, when it comes to the Amazing Spider-Man... Nope. When it comes to Spider-Man 3, I'm going to give it a 6.
I think I will give it a 6.5.
Okay.
Would you recommend?
If you want to finish the trilogy, then sure.
Yeah, I'd say for those who...
It's not necessary.
Yeah, it's not necessary, but those who knock it and think it's like a terrible movie, I want to go back and give it another look, because it's not terrible. It's not great. It is okay.
Yeah, it's literally just okay.
Yeah.
And the best way I can say it. It's just okay.
Yeah.
There it is. I don't know when I'll ever watch it again.
Mm-hmm. I mean, probably not for a while,
but it's there.
Yeah, it's part of the collection. It's on the wall. It exists.
Yeah. So,
any final thoughts?
Wasn't it? I thought that was really good when he was like, you know, for movies and movies and movies, 2 movies.
Mm-hmm.
His butler has, or 3 movies, I guess, has known that his father was the Green Goblin. Didn't tell Harry until the very end when he was just like, dude, it was your dad's glider that killed him. I cleaned up his wounds.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Like, you believe the little dude. Believe Peter. Even though the guy probably didn't know that Peter was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just love that scene. It's just like...
He killed himself.
Kill himself? Okay. Really? I don't know. I hid this from you for 3 movies. Anyway.
So with that, it's pretty much it for us, guys. Let us know down below what you think of Spider-Man 3. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Flip.